Chosen one, this is not a possibility. It is a certainty written into your destiny. The rise of the chosen one is not hidden in the shadows, nor confined to the corners of obscurity. What is happening in your life has been designed to be a spectacle, not for vanity, but for divine testimony. Your journey, with all its pain, rejection, isolation, and preparation, has always been leading to a moment where your rise will be seen not only by those near you, but by those far away, even by nations you have never stepped foot in. This is not a private story. It is a global broadcast. Heaven has already marked the time, and the world will soon witness what has been long prepared. Before we go deeper, watch this video until the very end. There is a release of energy when you journey all the way through, and I invite you to participate actively by writing in the comments your warmest wishes and the number 144. This act is more than interaction. It is alignment. Your wishes are seeds, and when they are spoken into the atmosphere and sealed with 144, they vibrate across the field of the universe, touching others, resonating with divine frequencies, and returning multiplied. Do this, chosen one, and watch how the energy of the collective awakens and stirs manifestation not only in your life, but in the lives of others watching with you. Now, chosen one, show your light by liking this video and subscribe to the channel, and let's step into this together. Hear this now. The world may have ignored you for a time. They may have dismissed you, doubted you, and even mocked you. But none of that mattered, because your rise was not meant to be subtle. It was meant to be undeniable. What is coming cannot be hidden, cannot be explained away, and cannot be denied by even your greatest critics. When God marks the chosen one for a global rise, the broadcast cannot be silenced. It will echo across platforms, across lands, across voices you never thought would carry your name. This is why your season of obscurity was so important. It ensured that when the light shines on you, no one will be able to argue with the evidence. Understand this deeply. Your rise is not just about personal elevation. It is about divine demonstration. It is about showing the nations that the hand of God rests on you in a way that cannot be manufactured by human effort. Many people rise through manipulation, through systems, through connections, but your rise is different. It is authentic. It is pure. It is unshakable because it is orchestrated by a power greater than you. That is why, no matter how hard others tried to suppress you, it never worked. That is why, even when you were overlooked, your name still found its way into places you never imagined. Your rise was never in their control. It was always in divine hands. Chosen one, prepare yourself. The rise moment is not gradual. It is sudden. For years you have been climbing quietly, working silently, enduring privately. And then, in what seems like an instant, the world takes notice. They will call it overnight success, but you will know the truth. There was nothing overnight about it. It was years of preparation, hidden battles, and silent sacrifices. The broadcast moment is simply the unveiling. It is the moment when what heaven has been building is revealed on earth. And when it happens, the speed and magnitude of it will shock even you. You may have felt small, but your rise will be global. You may have thought your influence would only reach a few, but it will reach nations. Platforms will open to you, voices will echo your name, and people across the world will begin to watch your story unfold. Do not think this is about fame. It is about testimony. Your life is the message, and the nations are the audience. The pain you endured, the tears you cried, the obstacles you overcame, all of them are chapters in a story that will inspire and awaken countless lives. You are not just rising for yourself. You are rising for the many who will see you and believe that they too can rise. This is why you could not give up. This is why every time you tried to quit, something inside pulled you back. The nations were waiting. The broadcast moment is not just about your destiny. It is about their hope. When they see you, they will see possibility. When they hear your story, they will hear resilience. When they witness your rise, they will witness the undeniable hand of God. And it will awaken something in them that no speech, no lecture, no theory ever could. Your rise is a living testimony. But with a global broadcast comes responsibility. The chosen one must walk carefully in the season of visibility. You are no longer hidden, which means your actions, your words, your choices will be magnified. The same broadcast that elevates you will also expose you. This is why your hidden season was so intense. It was shaping you to carry the weight of visibility. You learned in silence what you now must live in public. The discipline you built, the resilience you cultivated, the integrity you formed, these are the anchors that will keep you steady when the world is watching. Do not fear the broadcast, chosen one. Do not shrink from it. Many chosen ones feel unworthy of such visibility, afraid of what others will think, anxious about the weight of attention. But remember, this is not about you being perfect. It is about you being purposed. Nations are not tuning in to watch perfection. They are tuning in to witness destiny. And destiny, when it manifests, silences all doubt. Even your enemies will have to admit, this is undeniable. Even those who tried to stop you will be forced to acknowledge, this rise could not be manufactured. The broadcast will speak for itself. Pay attention to how it unfolds. It may begin with whispers, small acknowledgments, local recognition, a few doors opening. And then suddenly, the whispers become shouts. The recognition becomes widespread, and the doors become gates to nations. You will realize quickly that this is not something you could have orchestrated. It is bigger than your strategy, bigger than your effort, bigger than your imagination. It is divine orchestration, and because it is divine, it will carry you farther than you thought possible. This is also why your rise will be undeniable. In a world where many try to fake greatness, your authenticity will stand out. People will feel the difference between what is real and what is fabricated. They will see the purity of your journey, the truth of your struggle, the depth of your resilience, and it will resonate with them in a way that cannot be denied. You will not need to fight for attention. The nations will turn their eyes because the broadcast has already been scheduled. Remember this, chosen one. The nations do not gather to watch just anyone. They gather when something extraordinary happens, when something divinely orchestrated shakes the atmosphere. And that something is you. Your rise is not just personal, it is prophetic. It is not just a blessing, it is a message. It is not just your moment. It is a global demonstration that what is written in heaven cannot be denied on earth. So prepare yourself, chosen one. The broadcast is near. The rise is unfolding. And soon, the nations will watch, listen, and witness what has been decided all along. Your rise cannot be stopped, and no one can deny it. Chosen one, when the moment of your rise begins to be broadcast, you will feel the shift both within and around you. What was once silent will suddenly become loud. The same voice that carried your prayers in hidden corners will now echo into spaces you never imagined. But with this amplification comes weight, and that weight must be carried carefully. The rise is not only a blessing, it is a trust. When the nations begin to watch, you cannot live as though you are still hidden. Visibility is a gift, but it is also a test. One of the first challenges you will face is the temptation to shrink back. When eyes are on you, your natural instinct may be to retreat, to wonder if you are ready, to question if you belong in such a place. But chosen one, you must remember, this broadcast is not about your worthiness, it is about your assignment. Nations are not tuning in to see perfection, they are watching to see purpose. Your scars, your struggles, your imperfections, they do not disqualify you. They make you relatable. They make your story authentic. They make your rise undeniable. Do not let fear silence the testimony that is meant to echo across the earth. The next challenge is stewardship. Nations will be drawn to you, and their gaze will magnify your every action. How you carry yourself, how you treat others, how you respond to both praise and criticism, these will define how long your rise lasts. Visibility without integrity collapses quickly. But visibility carried with humility, wisdom, and resilience creates legacy. You must walk with a steady spirit, never letting applause inflate your ego, nor criticism crush your purpose. Both will come, and both must be handled with balance. The applause is not for you, it is for the God who raised you. The criticism is not against you, it is against the testimony you embody. Neither should distract you. Clarity is also essential in this season. With greater visibility comes greater noise. Many voices will try to influence you, some with good intentions, others with hidden agendas. People will want to attach themselves to your rise, to share in your spotlight, to shape your narrative for their own gain. Without clarity, you can easily become pulled in directions that are not aligned with your assignment. But chosen one, you must remember why you were raised in the first place. Your purpose is not to please crowds, it is to fulfill destiny. Clarity keeps your eyes on the vision when distractions try to cloud it. As your rise is broadcast, you will notice how quickly narratives are formed about you. Some will praise you as if you are flawless, while others will criticize you as if you are worthless. Neither perception reflects the full truth. You must not let the voices of others define you. You are not who they think you are. You are who you were destined to be. Let their words come and go, but let your actions and your consistency be the proof of who you are. Over time, even the loudest critics will have no choice but to admit that your rise was undeniable. The chosen must also prepare for isolation in the midst of visibility. It may sound paradoxical, but the higher you rise, the fewer can truly walk with you. Many will celebrate you from afar, but only a handful will understand the weight you carry up close. Do not mistake visibility for intimacy. Nations may see you, but only a few will know your heart. This is why you must remain anchored in the source of your calling, because no amount of public applause can substitute for private strength. When the lights fade and the broadcast pauses, it is your connection to the divine that sustains you. Another responsibility in this season is to protect your authenticity. The world will try to shape you into what they want to see. Some will pressure you to soften your message. Others will try to make you louder, more dramatic, more marketable. But the chosen one is not a performance. They are a living testimony. If you allow yourself to be shaped by the expectations of the crowd, you risk losing the very authenticity that made your rise undeniable in the first place. Stay true to your essence. The broadcast is not about being what they want. It is about being who you are. You must also prepare for acceleration. Once the rise begins, opportunities will multiply at a pace that feels overwhelming. Invitations will come from unexpected places, doors will open quickly, and your influence will stretch further than you thought possible. This acceleration is not random. It is divine. But it requires discernment. Not every open door is meant to be entered. Some are distractions disguised as opportunities. You must ask yourself constantly, is this aligned with my assignment? Or is this pulling me away from it? Acceleration without discernment leads to burnout. Acceleration with discernment leads to expansion. Chosen one, your rise is not for you alone. When the nations see you, they are meant to see possibility for themselves. Your testimony becomes a mirror, reflecting what others can achieve when they refuse to give up. Do not underestimate the power of your visibility. Somewhere, someone is watching you, silently gaining courage to believe in themselves because they see what you overcame. This is why your rise is broadcast. It multiplies hope. The nations are not just spectators, they are recipients of the energy you carry. And know this, no one can stop the broadcast. Some may try to silence you, others may attempt to discredit you, but the decree has already been spoken. Once heaven decides to elevate you before the nations, no power on earth can deny it. They can argue, but they cannot erase it. They can resist, but they cannot reverse it. Your rise is sealed, and the louder they resist, the clearer it becomes that what you carry is real. So walk with courage, chosen one. Carry yourself with the weight of responsibility, but also with the joy of fulfillment. The broadcast is not a burden. It is a celebration of your endurance, your faith, your resilience. Nations are watching not because you are perfect, but because you are proof. Proof that destiny cannot be denied. Proof that what is written will manifest. Proof that the rise of the chosen one is unstoppable. Chosen one, when your rise is broadcast to the nations, the effects do not stop at recognition. They ripple outward into transformation. Your visibility becomes more than a moment of celebration. It becomes a wave that sweeps through generations, industries, and nations. The energy of your rise is not confined to your life. It is multiplied into countless lives that intersect with your testimony. This is why your rise cannot be denied, because it does not belong only to you. It belongs to those who will find themselves awakened through your story. Generationally, your rise will break patterns that have lingered for years. What plagued your family line? What hindered your ancestors? What seemed to repeat cycle after cycle? Through you, it ends. Your broadcast rise becomes a generational reset. Children will look at you and see possibility where before there was only limitation. Relatives will remember your struggle and use your breakthrough as evidence that their own battles can be overcome. Even those who never meet you personally will carry your rise as part of their legacy story. This is why the weight was so heavy. It was never just about you. You were carrying the destiny of those who came before and those who will come after. In industries, your rise will disrupt norms. The chosen cannot step into any field and leave it the same. Whether in business, art, music, leadership, or innovation, your presence carries a premium vibration that elevates the standard. What others accept as average, you cannot tolerate. Your very involvement demands excellence, and this excellence will raise the bar for everyone around you. People will study how you do what you do, not realizing that it is not merely skill but divine imprint. This disruption may cause resistance at first, as systems do not like to be shaken, but soon they will adapt to the standard you set. You are not just entering industries, you are rewriting them. Nations will also feel the effect of your rise. Some will witness it through platforms that carry your story. Others will experience it through the impact of your work, your influence, your message. A person on the other side of the world may be moved to tears simply by hearing how you overcame. A leader may make decisions differently after encountering your testimony. Communities may rally with new hope because your rise reminds them that nothing is impossible. Nations do not tune in for entertainment, they tune in for demonstration. And your rise demonstrates resilience, faith, and divine timing in a way that transcends borders. As these ripples spread, chosen one, you will begin to see that your life carries a reach you never imagined. People you do not know will speak your name. Strangers will thank you for courage they found through you. Generations unborn will walk paths that are smoother because you endured the rough ground. This is why no one can deny your rise. It is not simply personal, it is collective. You are not just rising for yourself. You are rising for the world. But remember, chosen one, with wide ripples comes deep responsibility. The larger the reach, the greater the need for grounding. If you are not anchored, the waves of influence can sweep you into distraction. Many will demand pieces of you. Many will want access to your energy. Many will try to pull you in countless directions. Without wisdom, you could stretch yourself too thin and lose focus. This is why discernment must sharpen as visibility expands. You must learn to pour where you are assigned, not everywhere you are invited. Not every demand is divine. Not every request is aligned. Protect your focus so the ripples remain powerful and intentional. The ripples of your rise will also bring exposure to both allies and adversaries. Those who are truly for you will reveal themselves through support and alignment. Those who secretly resented you will reveal themselves through envy and opposition. Do not fear either revelation. Both are necessary. The allies are sent to walk with you, and the adversaries are proof of the magnitude of your rise. When nations tune in, enemies always emerge, but so do unexpected helpers. Some people you never knew existed will appear, drawn by the divine broadcast, carrying resources, wisdom, and opportunities that push your assignment further. Another ripple of your rise will be the creation of movements. Movements are bigger than moments. They do not fade when the spotlight shifts. They continue to shape lives for years to come. Through your testimony, communities may rally to pursue excellence, to embrace faith, to break free from limitations. Your story may spark organizations, projects, or cultural shifts that outlive you. The broadcast moment of your rise is only the seed. The movement is the harvest. And once the movement begins, no one can stop it, because it is powered not by human will, but by divine momentum. Do not underestimate how far your ripples will reach. Something as simple as a word you spoke may inspire someone you will never meet. A decision you made in integrity may influence an entire community years from now. A breakthrough you achieved may open doors for strangers whose names you will never know. This is the mystery of divine broadcast. It travels farther than human sight, impacting places and people beyond your imagination. And though you cannot track every ripple, you can trust that they are multiplying. Chosen one, this is why your rise is unstoppable. It was never meant to be local. It was always meant to be global. It was never about one life. It was always about many. It was never about a single moment. It was about a wave that continues long after the moment passes. When the nations see you rise, they are witnessing more than success. They are witnessing prophecy. And prophecy does not fade. It echoes. It multiplies. It transforms. So, walk boldly in this ripple effect. Chosen one. Understand that every step you take, every word you speak, every choice you make now carries global weight. You are not simply living, you are broadcasting. And your broadcast is touching lives, rewriting legacies, transforming industries, and awakening nations. That is why no one can deny it, because the evidence is everywhere, multiplying in ways too vast to silence. Chosen one, when your rise is broadcast to the nations, the momentum can feel overwhelming. The spotlight does not fade quickly, and the demand on your energy, your time, and your presence will increase. The very thing you prayed for, the moment of recognition, the undeniable manifestation, will also test you in ways you could not have imagined. To sustain this rise, you must learn not just how to ascend, but how to remain. The ascent was built on endurance, but remaining requires wisdom. One of the first keys to sustaining your rise is guarding your authenticity. Nations will watch, industries will observe, communities will measure, and with so many eyes, it becomes tempting to adjust who you are to please them. But remember, your rise was never built on performance. It was built on truth. The moment you trade authenticity for approval, you dilute the very power that made you undeniable. You were chosen to stand out, not to blend in. Authenticity is your shield against the pressure of expectation. Stay rooted in your essence, because the world is not tuning in to see a copy. They are tuning in to see you. Another key is learning the rhythm of rest. Burnout is the silent enemy of the chosen. The broadcast moment creates acceleration, but acceleration can drain if not balanced with stillness. Do not confuse constant activity with impact. You are not called to run endlessly until you collapse. You are called to move with divine rhythm. This means knowing when to step forward boldly and when to withdraw into solitude. Nations may demand your presence, but only the divine can sustain your spirit. If you do not rest, your rise may remain visible, but your soul will grow weary. Protect your energy, for without it, the broadcast dims. Discipline becomes even more crucial in this season. When you were hidden, your mistakes were private. Now they will be magnified. One careless decision can echo across nations. One rash word can be twisted into a narrative. One lapse in focus can derail years of progress. This is not to instill fear, but to remind you of the weight you carry. Discipline ensures that your rise is not momentary, but sustained. Discipline in your speech, discipline in your habits, discipline in your connections, all of these protect what has been entrusted to you. Another challenge of sustaining your rise is managing the voices. Visibility multiplies opinions. Some will cheer, others will criticize, many will advise. If you listen to everyone, you will lose your own voice. If you try to answer every critic, you will drain yourself. If you attempt to please every supporter, you will scatter your energy. The chosen must learn selective listening. Filter the voices not by volume, but by alignment. Who speaks wisdom? Who speaks truth? Who speaks to your assignment rather than your image? Ignore the noise and anchor yourself in the voice that guided you when you were hidden. The same voice that raised you will sustain you. Sustaining your rise also requires humility. Visibility can easily inflate pride if unchecked. The applause can feel intoxicating. The recognition can feel addictive. The influence can create illusions of invincibility. But remember, your rise was decided by God, not by yourself. You are not the source. You are the vessel. Pride disconnects you from the source, but humility keeps the flow pure. Humility does not mean shrinking or denying your greatness. It means acknowledging the origin of it. Walk boldly, but bow inwardly. Celebrate the rise, but remain aware that you are only manifesting what was written long ago. The chosen must also resist comparison. When your rise is broadcast, you will see others rising too. Some will appear faster, others bigger, some more celebrated. If you measure your journey against theirs, you will lose peace. Comparison distorts vision. Your rise is unique, crafted for you, timed for you, and aligned with your purpose. The broadcast moment is not a competition. It is a testimony. Your task is not to outrun anyone, but to remain faithful to your assignment. The world needs your rise, not your imitation of another. Sustaining your rise also means preparing for seasons of silence within the visibility. Even when nations watch, there will be moments when the spotlight seems to fade, when attention shifts elsewhere, when applause grows quieter. Do not mistake this for decline. The broadcast is not always at full volume. There are seasons where the rise is maintained quietly, where growth happens in the background, where you are refined even in visibility. These pauses are not punishments, they are preservation. They ensure that you are not consumed by constant exposure. Learn to value the quiet even while the world still sees you. As you sustain your rise, relationships become even more critical. Visibility attracts both allies and opportunists. Some will want to connect for genuine alignment. Others will come to exploit your platform. Without discernment, you can find yourself drained by the wrong people. Protect your circle, chosen one. Do not confuse proximity with loyalty. Just because someone celebrates your rise does not mean they are aligned with your assignment. Keep only those who honor the weight you carry, not those who seek to feed off it. Your inner circle can either stabilize you or sabotage you. Finally, sustaining your rise means embracing legacy. Your rise is not meant to fade when the broadcast shifts. It is meant to live on. Legacy is built not only in what you achieve, but in what you deposit in others. Train, teach, mentor, and inspire those who come after you. Nations are watching your rise, but generations will be shaped by your legacy. If your rise dies with you, it was only a moment. If your rise outlives you, it becomes movement. Chosen one, sustaining your rise is about balance, authenticity without compromise, rest without guilt, discipline without rigidity, humility without denial, focus without distraction. If you can walk in these, your rise will not only be broadcast, it will be enduring. Nations will see the moment, but generations will feel the impact. And that is the ultimate proof that no one can deny it. Chosen one, as your rise continues to echo across nations, the broadcast becomes more than an announcement of your destiny. It becomes a catalyst for collective awakening. People from every corner of the world will hear your story, see your resilience, and feel the weight of your testimony. And in that moment, something shifts inside them. They are no longer spectators. They become participants in the movement your rise ignites. The chosen are never elevated simply to be admired. They are elevated to awaken others. Your rise will revive hope where hope was lost. Across nations, there are people silently battling discouragement, convinced that their dreams have expired, that their struggles have disqualified them, that their circumstances are unchangeable. When they witness your rise, they will see undeniable proof that nothing is too far gone. The same way your journey rose from rejection, pain, and obscurity, theirs can too. Your rise becomes their permission to believe again. They may not have met you personally, but the broadcast of your story carries enough energy to reignite the flame inside them. This is why no one can deny it, because the impact is not limited to you. It multiplies into countless unseen lives. And so, chosen one, your rise is not just your testimony. It is a spark that sets countless souls ablaze, proving to the world that destiny cannot be denied and that hope will always rise again.